Welcome to my Fab 50s and Beyond, the podcast where confidence, style, and life's best moments just keep getting better. I'm your host, Soretta L. Bell, here to share inspiring stories, expert tips, and real talk to help you live boldly, look fabulous, and feel amazing at any age. So grab your tea or your glass of wine, and let's step into this fabulous chapter together. Known you now, 9 years?
It feels like 10, 15. Though.
Yes. So I'm going to just start off and introduce us. And thank you for joining my podcast, my Fab 50s and Beyond. Today I have my birthday twin and good friend, Regina Swain, who is one of my very good friends who has had my back, been very encouraging. She's got this new group that I joined this year, and I've been excited about it. I'm always wanting to tell people about having some positive women in your life who really encourage and push and motivate you to do more and to be better and to also take care of yourself, because a lot of times as women we forget to take care of ourselves. So with that being said, Regina, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm Regina. I am your twin.
September 26th.
That's right.
Coming up.
That's right. And I remember the moment we met and we discovered that we were twins, and then we had a triplet with us as well. And so that was cool. Most people know about me from a space of coaching or somewhere in the real estate realm. I've been in real estate for, I don't know, I can't even count, over 20 years at this point.
Wow.
Not always in sales, but in capacity of leadership, also coaching. And so I coached with our company for many years, and now I have my own coaching company.
Wow. I didn't even know you have branched off to do your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after the pandemic, I started thinking, like, what will happen, because we were all in the house all the time, right? And so after I moved from DC, because I was in DC.
Yeah, you left me for a moment.
I did. I sure did.
You left me for a moment.
Yep. And I was gonna live in DC for the rest of my life.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What changed?
COVID. And then I thought, okay, I was in my space and it was just me. I had no family. I had a cousin that lived on the other side of DC, and we never even saw each other. I mean, it was period blank. And so I moved to Alabama to be with my daughter. I talked my son into moving with us as well. He moved from Washington State.
Wow. Oh, he was on the other coast. He was
Girl.
like, I'm going to come on home then. Okay.
Well, we quickly realized that my daughter and his sister really didn't have a whole lot of time for us. So we packed up and we came back to Atlanta. I was driving back and forth there from time to time anyway. So it just made sense to come. All my core relationships,
business,
right
everything. Yeah. Like I said, I met you, and then I know it was a couple of years later, you were like, I'm moving to DC. And I was like, oh, okay. But you've been still very instrumental. Even when my daughter got into real estate, I was like, we'll call Regina. Let's call her. You hooked her up, got her in with at that time, Keller Williams. And she was doing great. And I was like, it's all because I knew Regina. And you are that girl. Like everybody, when I met you, I think I was like, oh, I'm trying to buy a house. And you were like, okay, this is what we need to do. And you sent me on a path. And it took a couple of years to buy another home, but I did. Eventually, it all came together. And I appreciated all your encouragement over the years, and even just checking in on me, saying, okay, how's it going? It's going to be okay.
That just gave me chills. Because, when you live a life and you're seeking what your purpose is all about, when you said that, even though it didn't happen in that moment, in that season, it did manifest. And so
in a very big way for me. In a very big way, Regina. Like, you don't even know. Like, I think back to that moment. I remember crying in your office because my credit wasn't where it was supposed to be. And I was like, I own a house and I can't do this. And I wanted what I wanted. And it all happened the way God said it was going to happen. Yeah. And it wasn't a moment
today.
Okay, we're not going to cry. Okay, we're not going to cry, because
even though I got right here and right here already.
Because I will cry. I will. That's that Libra in us. We will cry.
Yes.
But and I appreciated it, because you were very honest with me. You were a big sister in that moment, because I was down on myself, but you were like, it's going to be okay. This is what you got to do. And every year I worked towards that. And like I said, it took a couple of years, almost 10,
Yeah.
but it manifested in such a big way. And God was like, that's not even big enough. Like I remember the
Yeah.
other house, and He was like,
Yeah.
that's not even the
Yeah.
house for you. I got something even bigger.
And when we can see that, then we take ownership. That's why we don't get a chance to see that in the
Exactly.
moment, because we would be like almightier than him. And so it just tells me that when you were going through that process, it's part of the process.
It's
And the
definitely part of it.
gratitude is so tremendously great when we achieve something that we thought was insurmountable. It's like, I will never be able to reach that. I will never be able to attain that. We talk about our kids. We know that we say the same thing to them. Just keep living. My mama used
Yep.
to say, "Just keep
Keep
living,
living.
baby."
Everything that you think won't happen can and will. And if you keep living and stay walking in your purpose, part of that, what I talk about with this journey of being 50 plus, because
Mhm.
now I'll be 52. And I know you turned 50 a little bit before me, learning what that means. Like there was a light bulb when you turned 50. Was that a moment that you were like, okay, this is this, and I know now? Because I know for me, I
Mm.
was like, I am very intentional with my time. It's intentionality that I cannot play with anymore. Like time is of the essence because I was 25 2 days ago and now
Yeah,
I'm 50. So
yeah,
did 50 change your mindset or anything?
to a degree.
Okay.
Um, it was so slowly, then suddenly it happened.
Okay.
'Cause I was living this life. I had 2 kids and, really early in age, and I could never get my footing. It always felt like I was broke.
Mm.
Like, I never had enough. It felt like that, at
Yep.
least, right? If I would think back about it, it's probably my management
And
of
I
not
will say
having
that
that.
too.
Yeah.
Definitely as a Libra, we can be extravagant. I will take full blame of my finances. I mismanaged a lot of money. And I probably have more than enough at the moment,
Yeah,
but I wanted what I wanted in those moments. So my money
yeah.
always seemed to be gone.
Yeah,
I want that too, but I don't have enough to pay this. And how did I not pay the lights again? And
yeah,
and then once I grew up, and that happened because I had a family, but it happened after a while. I was like, I think 40 was where I was like, my finances need to be better aligned with the way I'm living.
I would say that too. I think that 50 brought me into that state of comfort of knowing that it's 50. You do wanna leave a legacy.
Yep.
So you're going to start acting differently when it comes down to your finances. So in my mid 40s, I remember just learning how to manage money better. And many people will say, well, that should have been like when you were in your 20s, 30s. It wasn't for me,
It wasn't for me.
and it's okay. Right. So I would tell anybody, no matter where you are today, just start.
Exactly. It's one foot in front of the other.
Then you still might have trouble. I mean, I have had setbacks. I am 55, about to be 56. I got things set up that I don't get to touch anymore. So I feel confident that if something happens to me,
Hmm.
they gonna do whatever they're gonna do with it, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I speak to my son. I said, "Look, it's gonna be in your hands because I don't know about the girl. So you got to manage what that looks like more so. But when I'm gone, I'm gone. And so, the biggest thing for me was just to leave something,
Yeah.
a legacy. I don't know that before our generations before were able to do that. And so as a result of that, that's the only thing that I'm really focused on is making sure that something gets left. And what they do with it, I do have some control about that as well.
Okay. So, talking about legacy and how we are right now, relationships. How do you feel your 50s changed how you deal in relationships or friendships, even romantic relationships? Do you look at them as something you need to guard a little bit more? Or are you like, hey, if it happens here, okay. If it's a friendship, I say, if it starts to be too much, I'm going to walk away
Yeah.
because I don't really have a lot of patience anymore to try to figure people out. And I did that for a long time. I tried to figure everyone around me out. Like, well, let me make sure I'm not causing this person to be this. And what happened in their lives? Now I'm like, I love you where you at, or I'm going to leave you completely where you're at.
Yeah, there have been some people that have just been left behind. And some people left me behind.
Mm,
And I'm okay with that.
yeah.
Relationship at this point in my life, it's gonna have to show up, and many times they gonna have to show up at my door.
You don't have to deliver something,
It's gotta
Amazon.
be
You be
it's
like,
it's gotta
hey.
be something of that nature. I do know that at some point,
Mhm.
love comes.
It does.
I do feel that in my spirit. Uh, I am in love, though. I'm in love with what I do and helping people. I'm in love with seeing things happen with them, meaning
Yeah.
the people that I work with and how I help people move forward, whether it's their mindset or whether it's just life,
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Business, yes, but I've evolved from the business side of it all. I've really moved into purpose-filled life and what is it all for? Why you here? And help you find that. So that's my joy in this season.
I was gonna say, and I will say with that, you started a group. I mean, I remember when I got the invitation back in May, and I was like, please don't be out of town because I'm always like, when I tell people I'm gonna do something, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I might be traveling. And I was so thankful because God has aligned it every time you had me. I'm like, I'm there, I'm here, I'm in town. I'm not even gonna have to figure it out. You've done such an amazing thing curating a group of women who support one another. And that first meeting, I was like, wow, these women just came in. You shared a little bit of your story. We got to hear some stories from other women and how you were connected to all of us in a way. And it was like, this is what I've been looking for at this point in my life. Now, do I have very close friends that I'm still very close to? Yes. But it felt genuine enough that I didn't feel like I was having to, oh, I got to force a friendship with this person. We're just showing up how we can show up. You asked, you said, hey, I know a lot of times we don't ask. Women were in there asking for things. And it was so amazing that the women in the room were able to help
Help.
that ask, to give an answer like, oh, you need a lawyer? I know this person. And here, and people were leaving with 4 and 5 things and probably never
Woo.
could have thought of it. And
Yeah.
it was genuinely a great thing that I was glad you started and I was invited to. I was like, "Oh, that's great. I'm glad to do it." And to see it in fruition and everyone just the camaraderie. Like I said, it was women I never met
Yeah.
and I felt just as comfortable. And
Yeah.
each time there's someone else there whose story
Yeah.
resonates with us. So it's one of those things that you are walking in your purpose. If
Mm.
that is the purpose you're looking for, I will say I enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Stop. Okay.
But I mean, I'm a Libra, so I know how that goes.
Oh,
We cried a lot at your first
yes.
meeting, and I was like,
Yes. Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna cry
Yes.
every time. No, I'm not gonna come here just to lay it all out. But every time it's someone there that you're like, darn, they've been through this and they've gotten over it.
Yeah.
So that's my hope for this whole this forum that I'm trying to have and this platform is to show women and men and young people that it doesn't stop. We've all gotten these past and we've done things. I mean, I was a teenage mom. I think you said you were a teenage. Like we've done that and we thrived and we figured it out and our kids aren't the best all the time, but they're great human beings and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, that was a purpose for me. I was a vessel. I was here to bring these lives in this world and to see it blossom. So I love that you have a bigger purpose than other than just selfishness.
Yeah.
Like some people we get into our selfishness. Like I'm all about my luxury, but it's also more or less like I just want to take care of me because I've taken care of a lot of people.
And I wanna take care of people because I love people. And I have had a life for myself. I've been selfish in my lifetime for me, so that my cup would be full. And now I get to give back to people in that way. And the beautiful thing about our gathering is the fact that every month we're meeting new people. I get
Every
to
month.
meet new people as well
Yeah.
because you bring a plus one, the others bring a plus one. And it's just, I don't know. If I had to say the concept was really about um, Martin Lawrence. What's the name of that movie he had? It was about family reunion,
Oh
right? Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. So welcome home, Roscoe
Something,
Jenkins.
yeah. And then I know there's others that have been right in alignment, and so I love family, but my family is so broad and distant that I decided I would just create
And
the
I
thing
was
that
gonna
I'm
say,
missing.
in your 50s, we start to lose family. We start
Yeah,
to lose to create bonds with people. It's a big thing, and I value bonds. I value the bonds that I have with my sisters, my children, my husband, and the friends that I've had. for years or in the new friends. And sometimes it is season, sometimes it's reason, sometimes it is a lifetime. And I'm hoping ours is a lifetime because it feels like that day when we met and, we were out celebrating our birthdays separately at a bar at Fort Calvin's. Who would have thought, like, what you mean September 26th?
Yes.
Your birthday? And then the bartender was September 26th. I was like, this is all divine intervention. Like, I never meet many people.
Siblings immediately.
That I have one other person, and that's Keetrick Starks, that I met many years ago before that was our instant bond, that we were September 26th. And here it is 20 plus years later, and we're still very close because of our birthday. So I felt that instant connection with you. So that I was like, oh, this is going to be someone that's going to be in my life for a while. And then, like I said, you encouraged me. You showed me some things. You made me say, it's time to grow up in my own way. Yeah. Like, as grown as I was in that moment, my big old age in my 40s, I still needed to grow up a little bit more to glow up. And that glow up, like I said, has been very good. So talking about glow up, talking about beauty and self-care, because lately that's what I've been on, is my beauty and self-care. And because I was, I'm a TV film makeup artist, and that's my passion first. What are some of the things you do to self-care and take care of your beauty?
I rely on my daughter a lot. Okay. First of all, because she can glam it up and she's always critical. Like, why don't you do something with yourself?
Don't them daughters do that? Trust me, I know.
For me, no, this is my season to explore the world. I've traveled before, but this time in this season, I don't care if I go by myself. I don't care. It's me time.
I'm going to say solo traveling is a thing now, especially I watched Tracy Ellis Ross's solo traveling, and it really opened my eyes. And I've done a couple solo trips, but that way I was like, I can go even bigger and broader with these solo trips and still have an amazing time being by myself.
Yeah, because my patient can get it.
Over 50. Menopause, hot flashes, a whole group of women and different personalities.
No. So if I'm going to complain, it's my self-talk. It's not complaining.
If you want to just lay in the bed the whole day on a vacation, I tell people, I'm like, that's fine. I was like, I don't want to go nowhere where it's an itinerary and everybody has got me on this list, because then it's not a vacation.
Work.
Yes.
That's work. You remind me of a group. There was 3 of us that traveled before, and one of my friends, to which talking about how we have friends and then we don't have friends. Those friends either evolve and move along or whatever the case may be. We were really close at that time, and we decided we was going to take a trip. And I mean, she had the itinerary all the way down to the second. When I said, I'm not doing this, I meant I'm not doing this, down to, you want me to play a game? And I remember we were in the room and it was like, let's play this. I don't play games. And so that went
to the left.
Let me tell you, it was the talking point. Oh, you don't play games. Oh, you don't play games. That was a season for me too, to understand that it's okay to say no, who you travel with.
Yep.
Because if that's who you are, if you're that rigorous and that everything has to be down.
And Libras, we're free spirits.
I mean, listen.
I'm going to let everybody know right now, I'm a free spirit. Now, I like to shop. I like to spa. I'm going to get rubbed. Every one of my girlfriend's trips that I've been on, I'm going to find us a place to get rubbed down at random people. I will take a chance to get a massage and a facial or some treatments. I don't want to do a lot of strenuous activities. I'm all about luxuriating. I went to Italy. I had a goal of Gucci. Gucci. That's what I want to do. And I also wanted to see some of the sites and, see the historical things, but I don't want to be on a schedule when I go do these things. I just want to, you know what? Hey, we're going to eat breakfast, maybe or maybe not. I might not eat breakfast. I might just want to get up and go. And sometimes that's just how it is.
Maybe I just want to hit the water. Maybe I just want to just lay in bed. Whatever it is, it does not require a calendar.
Nope.
Not when I'm traveling. Not when
and that's for any woman, 50 or younger. You young women, I see you all the time posting about your girlfriend's trips, and there's like little memes and videos where y'all end up not being friends at the end of that trip. Yeah. And I understand why, because we don't know enough about ourselves to then go and group up with 20 other girls
Not
or
doing it.
men and women, and you're like, this not working.
Yeah.
This not even how I do my
And
stuff.
if it works for them, it works for them. It's just I know I that is not who I am.
No, and it's not. So that is your self care, and I love that for you to travel. And like you said, you've seen the world somewhat, but when you see it solo, sometimes you see it through a whole
Yeah.
different lens.
Yeah.
Mm,
And also makes me think like where is home?
wow.
Like it's great to be here, but I want to be able to go somewhere and stay for months at a time. Not just because I
Hmm.
get to do that with the freedom, right? Like with what you're doing right here. This
Mm,
is beautiful. And so you can carry that no matter where you go. What I do is mostly virtual until we have open events. So once a month I would have to be back here
I'm gonna
in
say
order
my
for
girlfriend
maybe
moved
you
to
all.
Mexico, and I was like, wow, she took that chance, but she loves it. She's a writer.
Yeah,
We create together, and we can do it. I'm here in Atlanta, and she's there in Mexico.
yeah. So anything's possible.
When you're 50 plus, you can get up and go.
Do whatever the blankety blank blank blank.
And you either get it, my sister has a saying, like, you're either gonna catch it on the front end or the back end. So if you have children young, we couldn't do all the traveling and the things that I see a lot of
Oh,
20s
yeah,
and 30 something. She was like, "So, I'm on the other side of it now. I'm on the back end where I don't have small children.
yeah.
I'm honey. That means I do what I want when I want.
Yes, yes,
I don't
yes,
have to
yes.
be at everyone's beck and call. So if I wanna get up and travel, that's what I'm doing."
That's what I say.
Unapologetically speak about setting boundaries in your 50s.
Mhm,
Ha- I mean, I've known you for a while, and I will say you're very good at your boundaries. You don't
mhm.
allow people to invade. And that's something I had to learn as a Libra later. As your birthday twin, I literally at 50 started setting boundaries where before I would just, whatever you need, I'm going to try to do. And then I would be all up in arms about it.
Yeah. So for me, boundaries keeps me whole. It's okay. People give me boundaries, and I'm okay with that. But I know I have to have my own mental space in order to be able to pour into you, to give you back what you've given me. And so it's easy for me to say no. But no is not never. It's just not right now. And so as a result of that, yeah, I can say no to no, I don't want to I'm not interested in doing that. I'm not going there. I'm definitely not going there.
Mm.
So those are my parameters. And if you love me, then you're going to be okay with the parameters.
Yeah.
And we're going to meet each other in some places in the middle. I'm never going to be offended if it's something that I'm doing that you're not wanting to be a part of. I love you for that.
Yeah. I mean, even when we're at your home where we have in our group, you say something like I say, it's like, "Oh, it's 9 something, ladies. I'm getting ready to go to bed." And that's me. I'm shutting it down like, "Okay, hey, I'm overstimulated after a certain time." And I also know when I need to get in the bed. So I respect that. I'm like, I'm ready to go too because I got to drive back home. So I understand. And you don't say it in a callous or mean way. You say it very lovingly, but it's a lovingly gentle push like, all right, we've been together for a couple of hours. I've done all I can. I've had my fill. We've all poured into one another.
Yeah.
We'll get back together in a month.
Because we want it to last forever. We want it to last forever. So if we spend all the time and get exhausted with being with each other, that's a lot.
Then you get frustrated with each other.
But you also remember, like, up until this gathering that we do monthly right now, no one came to my house.
No. I think I went to your house one time before you moved to DC.
My house has always been
And
my
I did your
safe
makeup,
yep,
and
yep,
that was why I
yep.
came to do your makeup. Yep.
The safe haven has been the real reason for that. Cause like I had so much in that young adult life that made my home be my refuge. And so as a result of that, I could go out and I can come to your house. I could do all those things. But when I get into my house, if a million locks on the door kind of concept,
Mhm,
and that's where I felt safe. It was this season though, again, because so many people are leaving in terms of the family.
mhm.
I had started missing the community of family. So my thought process was, well, Regina, what are you going to do? Like, you're gonna open up your house to do this? I was concerned,
Wow.
but that tells you in the 50s you become something. you become something different. You're in a different role because now you're heading to being the elder.
Elder. Mhm.
And so if people can't come, how am I going to elder?
How am I gonna pour
That's
into
right.
them if I'm always closed up
That's
away
right.
from them? And I'm the exact opposite. I That was my biggest reason for having wanting to have a bigger home, was so that everyone could come. I'm from a big family, so I love everyone coming, but I've also gotten a little bit more like I'm more protective of this space now. Even though my husband and I got a larger home to entertain, I haven't really entertained yet.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get everything settled in here and get the peace the way I need it before I start inviting a whole bunch of different energies and personalities and things into my house, because I felt like those things is very sacred. Like you said, in
Mhm.
your 50s, you want to be able to pour into people, but I also want to know that what you're coming across this thing is not going to, that threshold, you're not going to leave me with a whole bunch of negativity or just unhappiness or angst that then sows into my own home. So I realize now to protect that space. It's still welcoming and I want it, like I'm putting it all together for everybody to
Yeah.
come, but I'm still very now like guarded, like I'm even further away from people so that you can't just pop up on
Right.
me.
Right.
You're going to have to let me know.
That's the concept with the invite because we agreed on our first gathering that this was all about alignment.
Yeah.
So the people that got the first invitation, I knew that we were in alignment in one way or the other because we
Mhm.
are all family from my perspective. Everyone that came in, with the exception of the guest, were a part of my life and had been a part of my life for
Yeah.
years. So that gives me a sense of hope and of a prayer that the connections will be even deeper because we automatically see ourselves in other people
Yeah.
and we can trust people that we can see ourselves in a lot faster. So
That's
yeah,
true.
that's the biggest reason why I felt comfortable in my home in that space.
And like I said, you curated a great guest list of people who were connected, and even though I didn't know those women, it felt like I knew them by the end of that first
Mhm.
session. Like there was something I could connect to them on, even if it was just a surface level. I was connected, like, oh, and it was just that moment. I was like, so you understood your
Mhm.
assignment, and I appreciate it. Again, I am very thankful because I look forward to it. And I didn't feel like this one over here,
Right.
this one right here. It was just a good energy. So
Yeah.
I like you said, I know you didn't allow people, and I'm glad you did because you have a beautiful home. I took some inspiration from your home, and I was like, "Wow, I've never been to Regina's house, and I don't know how long you've been in that one, but I was like, I've been to your condo one time
Yeah.
before that."
So it's the new me. This is the new 50.
Yeah,
Family, food, music, love. That's all I'm looking for when people come into the home. I want you to feel as welcome as possible. You can take your shoes off. You don't have to. Whatever makes you happy, that's what I'm asking for while you're in the room.
love that. So, what new ventures are you looking forward to doing in your 50s and beyond? I know you started your business. We have this beautiful group you started, which is an empower I call it a women's empowerment and support system.
Yeah.
It's not therapy, but it's therapeutic.
Yeah. It's all about connection. So that's the one thing. The second thing that I'm gonna build upon is what you're doing. I've already put it on the site. So I'm doing my first episode. It's called Anointed and Unfinished. And
I
so we
love
get to
it.
talk about even though we know that there's more for us and we still got so much stuff. I mean, it's the messy middle that we get thrown off on. And it's okay to have this messy middle because the messy
Yeah.
middle takes us to our destiny. That destiny means what God has already planned for us, even though we may not be able to see it right away.
Mhm.
We're just women doing the absolute best that we can. And so, even though it's messy, I'm ushering people into a place where they can be okay with the mess right now, knowing that there's something better on the other side.
I love that because there is purpose in all of the mess. I always
That's right.
say, if not me, then who?
That's right.
Is the reason I'm walking through this. And then that way I can, reach back and tell someone else. Or if I see them going through it, I could say, I've been there.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay. And like you said, if you keep living, it gets better. It may get worse for a little while, but then it'll get better, and then you'll be okay, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's part of life. That's the beauty of life if you understand life. So, I have these questions I always ask them. 5 top 5 guilty pleasure.
Ice cream. Ugh.
That's in the summertime, I tend to get more into that ice cream, but I just ordered another ice cream maker. Don't tell my husband because I have a couple. But I enjoy ice cream a great deal too. And I think especially in the summer, I'm always like, "I need an ice cream cone. I need just one more little something at the end of the day." Or if I'm driving, I'm like, "I'm gonna stop and get an ice cream cone, a vanilla ice cream cone." When I left your house the last time, I stopped and got an ice cream cone on the way home, and it was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, "I'm gonna get this ice cream cone."
Yeah.
I love that.
It's not just in the summer, it's always. And so, I am who I am, and I don't put labels on myself, right? But my preference in life is to be absent of any dairy and or meat, right? And
Me
so I'm
too.
not putting a, I don't put a, don't you call me anything. Don't you call me a vegan. Don't you call me a
Because if you
vegetarian.
see me doing
Don't,
something, you be
right.
like, "That don't mean I'm very
Girl,
flex
I
with
get
my life."
38 hot when somebody looks at me and judge me. These are my decisions, so
Ex
stop it.
You're not gonna be responsible for any of this. You will not be in my room when I have to pull these jeans up over
I
this.
thought you were no, I'm a woman. This if you're gonna give me a title, give me that, right? But other than that, so I have fun with that. So most of the time, though, if I wanna go splurge something, I'm gonna do that, and it's usually the ice cream. So it could be alternative, or it could be whole milk.
Okay.
I'm okay with that, and I don't think that anybody should judge what that looks like. But it's interesting that people do when you put a label on yourself, and so
They will
therefore,
try to hold you accountable for what you are doing for you. And I noticed that people, I thought you didn't eat that. I thought you didn't like that.
right,
And I do it too. I'm guilty of it because I hear someone tell me they don't like something. I see them doing it. I'm like, you didn't like that 2 weeks ago. Now you loving it.
I just let people be people. Whatever you like is you, and it belongs to you, and I'm supporting you. But
And that's what I say. I don't have to answer for any of the things, the decisions you
yeah,
make. I'm
yeah.
only responsible for my decisions.
So that's my guilty pleasure.
So, is there a movie or a TV show that you constantly watch and why?
So for a very long time, I did not watch any TV. My time was very important to
I was
me,
gonna say
and so
when you're a real estate agent and you're managing a business that it's you, I
yeah,
can understand that. Like, you're like, "I
yeah.
need to show this house, I need to post this one, I need to do an open house."
And then when I started a new journey, it was a bit tricky because there was a lot that I didn't know. And so you can either have fear or faith. And a lot of times I was walking in fear. So I had to have distraction, and TV had become my distraction. So I love TV shows on series. And now I've gotten to a place where I can't stop the series. I mean, if it's a season, have to watch it through the whole season, which is detrimental to my day and time.
Yeah, because then you be in there like, "Oh, it's 3 hours later, and I was supposed to be doing this," and I can watch Designing Women, Golden Girls, and I know I've seen those episodes hundreds of times, but
Oh,
I will
yeah.
get caught up and be like, "No, she ain't going to do that again," and I'll be laughing to myself, and I'm like, "I've seen all of this, and
Yeah.
I'm now." But for me, a lot of times, like you said, it is a distraction.
Yeah.
It's to zone out from how I feel like so much is coming at me.
Yeah.
So I will go into my office and I put a big TV up, and I'm sitting there and I'm supposed to be working and I'm trying to edit, and then I'll put on a show. And then I'm into the show.
Yeah. That easy. And 5 hours later, you're like, "Woo,
You come
okay."
out, you're like, and I'm a documentary girl, so I like to watch things that are about other people's lives, and I'm trying to understand,
Mhm.
like, oh, and this person, how did they get here, and what?
Yeah.
It's all a distraction.
I like mystery. Not so much murder, mystery. Now,
Okay.
I did have a season where I was like looking to figure out why people do what they do.
That's the Libra in
Okay.
us, because I will watch every serial killer, every cult. I'm like, hold on. So I want to get into the mind of this
Exactly it.
person
Yeah.
to see what clicked or what happened that they went on this rampage and versus going down this.
Yes.
It's definitely a thing because I was deep in. And then, like I said, I had to start to learn. And my sister said this to me. Jennifer goes, God didn't put you here to figure everybody out. And I was like, oh, you know,
Really?
that, and you don't think so? Because I was trying, I literally will sit and try to figure out what trauma,
Yeah.
what event, what
What made that
relationship.
person
Yeah.
do, like, what would go in their head that would cause them to do the thing that they did with no remorse?
And that is such, yeah. I was like, please leave this alone because I'm
Yes.
not a therapist.
I had to let it go.
Because it will sit you up at night. Because I'd be
I
like, now
had
that
to let it go.
didn't make no sense for them to go and start killing people. Like his mom loved him. Like I could never get past those things. And I'm like, yeah, let me stop because it's getting to a point where I need to either I tell my sisters now I'm a cult therapist. Like I'm an expert.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing about a cult documentary or cult that I don't know. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. That started because and it was an intention. And I was like, yeah, let me leave this alone before I be the next person starting a cult or some craziness.
Oh, I think the last one, I can't the name is not coming to my, mind, so you're gonna have to help me. Um, it was about the presidency and the actor, he was in oh, shoot,
Paradise?
Paradise.
Hulu. Yes. And they were in that underground. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
That
gonna watch some stuff
grabbed me, okay?
because
It
it
had
makes
me
you
on the
think.
edge.
Makes you think.
Yes.
That's all I need. I need to think. I'm like, is this really going on? I get you, Regina, because
Yeah.
we are twins in that sense. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I latch on and like I say, it's like when I went for years with no TV.
I think when I came to your condo, you didn't have a
Yeah.
TV, and that's why I was like, you did not have a TV. Now when I think back, I was like, I remember getting you ready, and there was no TV.
I still don't have one in my room. I will not
Yeah.
do that. Now I will cheat with my laptop every once in a while, but other than that,
I grew up with TVs everywhere. My mom had it in the kitchen, so I have a TV almost in every room just because like I said, that's what I do and I also enjoy it.
yeah.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. So, dream vacation with
That's broad because I love the water.
two
I do.
sun and water.
I love being able to see different things that
Mhm.
and then ooh, Italy is a special place. And then
So, back to your favorite destination, dream vacation, Italy, you think?
I think it's hard
Um,
to say that it is the ultimate, right? Um, because it's not. It's the one that's on my mind now, though.
I was gonna say, and being that I just went to Italy for the first time and I saw it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Like you said, the water is there, the food, Gucci, Gucci,
Mhm,
people, Gucci.
mhm.
But I really did love Italy. I think it was just a beautiful country to see. And I was like, oh, I can get on a train and go from one place to another
Exactly.
in no time. And I asked a native there and he was like, yeah, we're only as big as Florida. And I was like, wow, when you're landlocked into our United States so much, you don't realize how much more is out there to explore.
Yeah.
So I've been fortunate enough in the last year to see some things that I was like, Italy is somewhere I want to come back to.
Mhm.
And I think my girlfriends and I were saying, yeah, we're going to go back as a team and do some shopping.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of travel, I have a someone in my life that is on a journey with the 50 states,
ooh,
right? And so
yeah,
she's going from state to state right now. And I thought about that as well. I was like, wouldn't that be very
yeah,
interesting to do that?
yeah. I mean, and I think it would be a lot less expensive. You could,
Maybe because you like to shop.
yeah.
We
For
both
me, I'll
like to
be somewhere just fine, and I'll shop in the rest stops. Look at this place; they got a little shop in here. I need this.
Oh, don't talk about Bucky's then.
Exactly. I'll go in there and get 28 little things. I'll be like, I didn't even need none of this stuff. This is Chotsky. But I will find happiness. My endorphins go. Even when I go to Nashville, I'm like Wild Oats, and that's a grocery store. I have a great time. So shopping is in my shanana for my DNA to release.
Gives you good energy.
It really does. So speaking of shopping, what's the last luxury item you bought for yourself?
I'm embarrassed to say this.
Okay.
So speaking of Gucci, I have 2 bags that I bought several years ago. That was before I got back to Atlanta. So, and I have never
Use
used
those
them.
back. I'm going to tell you, like, another one of my good friends who passed away a year ago. She told me because I was holding all my, I'd be like, I can't wear that to work, my Gucci. She was like, you better live. Enjoy them bags. Even if it's going down to the grocery store, take it out the closet, out the bag, put it on your shoulder and enjoy it. Sometimes I just find reasons to put the bag on to go somewhere. I'd be like, I'm going to go up here and take my bag out for a spin because I need to take it out for a spin. We got to enjoy those things. You invested in it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You can't take it with you.
Literally
Well, I might.
looked. I know, right?
Put this in the sides.
I literally looked at them today and I was like, wow, they've not even come out of the bag. They still have the tag.
Yeah, enjoy those.
Okay.
And if you're not, I mean, resell them, get some money. But enjoy.
Yes.
You bought them for a reason. My husband would tell me that all the time. He'd be like, you bought it because you liked it. So use it. Don't go taking it back. I'm like, oh, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I said, Mo told me that was the very last conversation we had, and I won't forget it. She was like, you better wear your Gucci. And I was like, she was like, live. And that was very poignant to me because I think about it all the time. Like when I'm getting dressed now, I'm like, what am I waiting on? Just put this on.
Right. And you have everything. To be able to walk in your closet would be like,
people think that, and then they be like, it's everywhere. And I'm like, I enjoy all of this stuff, but I do, and I forget. I feel ashamed sometimes. Like I put on some sneakers yesterday. I was like, I've never even worn these.
See?
And I really wanted them in the moment when I bought them.
See?
And I was like, I forgot I had them. Let me wear them.
See? So maybe I'll pull the bag out.
Definitely. Because a lot of times I will say mom guilt is real. I remember, as a young mother, I would feel bad about buying stuff. So now I'm on the other side and I don't ever feel bad. And I was like, maybe I need to find a happy balance in between those two where I don't feel like I'm going to just buy it. And I'll think about it later, but I'm going to buy it now because I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And if I ask my girlfriend Tara or my sister Jennifer, well, my sister Jennifer is a little more practical, but Tara will be like, oh, go ahead and get it. Yeah. And I'll be like, right. Yeah, I'm like, I just need one yes. I can get 28 no's. That one yes.
I mean, even my little travel bag, I hardly ever carry it. I know, right?
Use it. Enjoy it. So, what is the one thing that you can't live without?
In what context?
I would say, and it doesn't have to be tangible. It can be whatever that gives you a certain sense of peace and comfort.
Yeah. Okay. I cannot go without interacting.
Yeah. I'm very social.
My cup gets full when I'm in the midst of other people.
I will talk to everybody. And there's times when I don't want to be bothered, but then someone will come up and say, hey, I know, and you told me, and I'm like, I'm excited to talk. My mom would be like, you made eye contact, and they came over. I'm like, it makes me feel good to interact. Like I'm a sociable person for a reason, hence the makeup Socialite.
When I say it's so easy to have a conversation and then, the family with me like, oh God, here we go.
Yep.
Right.
Target, somebody will come up and I'll be, even though we're not in Target anymore. That was back when I used to go to Target, people. But yes, anybody can walk up to me and I will definitely have a conversation, and my dog has definitely
he has walked
all the way. He done brought the tent all the way out. I'm like, Louis, you're not. He's like, I'm gonna be a part of all of these podcasts. You're gonna have me in your podcast, Mama. I am a star.
Who is walking right now? That bag is not. Yeah, let me tell you.
Louis said, I am not gonna be denied to be in this. I'm gonna have a close up.
Like, let's travel. Put some wheels on this bag.
Oh well, Regina, I thank you. I guess that's our clue and cue. Thank you, Louis. To wrap it up, but I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thank
I can't wait till our next meeting at your house, and I really love you. Thank you.
you even
Thank
more.
you. I hope we've inspired some other women and to find those true values in friendships and relationships, not even if it's just a personal relationship with
Yeah.
someone else. I really hope women see that. In your 50s, this is the time. It's the time. Everything gets so much better on this other side. I keep saying to myself,
Yeah.
I don't know why I was fearful. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
I tell people to embrace it, embrace where you are because it is beautiful. Many of us, we don't have mothers, we don't have fathers, we don't have family anymore, like a lot of our closest friends and things of that nature. This is the time to embrace where we are. And I say just choose to embrace it.
Enjoy it.
Yep.
We're all aging gracefully and fabulously.
That's right.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining me on my Fab 50s and Beyond. If you loved today's episode, be sure to follow, subscribe, and share it with someone fabulous in your life. Follow me on all social media platforms at The Makeup Socialite for more style, beauty, and life inspiration. Until next time, remember your best chapter is happening right now. Stay fabulous and continue to spread love and beauty.